Good day and welcome to the allotment. This is the fourth in our playlist of our move to our newly acquired plot, which is now really not quite so newly acquired. When was I last here? I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and not only has it been a busy time with work and at home, but we've also had an awful lot of storms and wet weather, which has put me off doing quite a lot here structurally. However, there are a few things that have happened which are going to make the job of this move so much easier. So anyway, what am I going to be doing today? Well, I am, as you can see maybe here, there's some jumbo bags there. They have compost in them that we got from a local riding stables about 5 miles away, something like that. And they are going to help significantly with the edge beds, with putting compost into those edge beds. Something that I was worrying about because I don't want to spend money where I don't have to this year. I found, gloriously found, when it was absolutely chucking down with rain on, I think it was Sunday, I found 2 big boxes of cardboard. In fact, are they them? Yeah, here. There's, there. Oh, there. That's 2 boxes of folded up cardboard, and really good cardboard. I need to get the staples off those, and I also need to get the tape off those. So I'm not going to be showing me doing that because you'll have seen me partly doing that in the last video, in video 3. I also want to move the what we're calling the aromatics, the 2 sets of lavender, the cotton lavender, and also thyme from our Kew Kitchen Gardens inspired beds down on the plot that we're vacating. I want to pot those up and have them ready to go in the ground when these beds are ready behind me, which hopefully should be this weekend. What else am I hoping to do today? Oh yes, this I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this bed here, that one. I'm going to turn that the way I want it, turn it upside down, and just stake that out so that that will be the next bed that we prepare. And then finally, we've got some banners which have been used on railings for various different things, or at fairs and things like that. I want to put those down just to suppress weeds just below the last of the newly moved edge beds. So yeah, let me crack on. Right, so here we are. As you can see, these have got quite a bit of compost in them from the last playlist video. The end ones still need cardboard, more cardboard on them. These have got 2 layers of cardboard, and the ones on the end have just got 1 layer of cardboard. So I'm going to sort that out with the new cardboard that we have got over there. Let's just go and have a look at that. So I came down in Storm Dennis just to check everything was okay, a lull in Storm Dennis, and I found all of this cardboard not 40 meters from the allotment gate. I also had that one there, which you may have seen before. Quite a lot of this is pretty solid cardboard, so it has metal staples in it. So I need to get those metal staples off, and of course any tape. I just lift that one up. There's tape there, which obviously will need to come off as well before I put that down. But we've talked about that already. Coming over to these beauties. This is the compost that we got at the riding stables. Really lovely compost. It's a mixture of wood chip, stable clear out, arena footing, so that sort of wood chip and other bits of arena stuff that they put into arenas, I think, to keep horses' hooves sharp. So you can see there's a bit of flint there. Doesn't want to be seen. Bit of flint there. If I come over here, this is the same thing. You can see there's a few stones which need to come out, but you know what? Really decent compost, and those stones will come out in due course. Not going to worry about them too much. If they're big, there's one over here that I can see. This one here is big. That one there's big. There. They will obviously come out when we're raking and sowing. But I think the first bit of compost we got, which is this here and that there, was a bit more, has more of those stones in it than this latter compost, which is on top. And also this is latter compost as well. So this is 2-ton bags, which will be going into these beds here. But first of all, we need to do the cardboard. So that's what I'm going to do now. Well, that certainly took some work. I thought what would maybe take me half an hour has actually taken me about an hour. But anyway, look, I've flattened all of these out, taken all the staples out, and I reckon these here are about 2 meters long by, say, 1.20 meters. In fact, we'll know because we're going to put them under the beds. These are a bit smaller, most probably about 1.5 meters by about, I don't know, 80 centimeters, something like that. And then just coming around here, no idea the size of this one. It's really thick. It's got these really bizarre hooks on it. Look, plastic hooks. Oh, you can't see. Look at that. It's my finger. Now, I think all of these are actually flower boxes, because I thought they must be for a new kitchen units, or a new kitchen or something like that. But actually these say roses on the back of them. These are from Ecuador and these are from Colombia, and I have no idea where this one is from. But yeah, now I'm going to start taking the wood that we lay down on these beds off so that I can lay the cardboard underneath. So it's a bit of a rain stops play type of day. That detaping, but particularly taking the staples out of the cardboard, took a really long time, much longer than I thought, much longer than I'd expected it to, rather. However, you'll notice there are no longer jumbo bags here. That's because it's on these beds now at the back, these 4. So each of them has effectively taken 1 ton of compost. Now you may notice that there is actually too much compost in this bed, and also this bed has got a bit too much compost in. So we'll have to move that, but you know what, that's fine for the moment. I'm not going to get round to anything else today because the rain does look as though it is set in, or it has set in. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with what I've got done today. I can't complain. It does mean that we'll be able to start sowing in this bed here, which is going to be peas, mange tout and standard peas. They're going to be going into that bed, and then I will start planning the rest. Thought we'd just come out and have a look at what's been done, even though it's raining a bit. So very, very pleased with these. That's absolutely terrific. Mainly these 4 at the back, which are all now full. There are the jumbo bags, now empty, waiting to be refilled. This area still need to sort. If we come around, what I have done is I've loosely raked these. So they're not level and they're not ready to sow in, but effectively I've just tidied them up a bit. There are still some stones, look at that. And the rain will clear those, so we can take those off. There's another one there, another one there, but that's for another day. Very happy. As you can see, or hopefully you can see, these are fuller than the rest. A bit too full. They've sort of become raised beds. So yeah, good job done in the last couple of hours. As I say, that cardboard and the de-stapling took me quite a while. But that's it. I think the rain is in for the day now. I haven't, this will have to wait for another day to be turned the right way up, and just look at that. Oh, maybe we should, now the storms are largely over. Better put mug back. Right. That's it. Oh, so we've used all of the cardboard. Oh, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. We've still got some in the shed. We've used most of the cardboard underneath these 2. So we put an extra layer on this one and 2 layers on that one. In fact, I put an extra 2 on each of those because of the amount of weed, as you can see. Oh, dear. Yeah, this is a glorious sight. This is, yeah, sight for another day. Anyway, that's life. Yeah, we've got 3 of the really big boxes and 2 others left. So there we are. Need to do more tidying, take our wheelbarrow back. It's a communal wheelbarrow. I'd love a wheelbarrow like this. We don't actually have a wheelbarrow. We use the communal wheelbarrows at the moment. Anyway, there we are. If the rain lessens later, I'll be back down, but I sort of think it's in for the day. See you soon. Bye. Well, good day again. The weather has broken a bit this afternoon, so it's the same day, and I'm back down to do a little bit more work. Right, we have a couple of vinyl banners, 2 vinyl banners, and I want to put them along here. This is where we're going to have perennials. So this is going to be rhubarb. Along here I want to have a flower border. You can see there's a little bit of lavender there already. Keep the cardoon in place, and then beyond the cardoon, before the rose bush, that's where I want to have our perennial kales. So this effectively would be a perennial border. And what I'm hoping to do now is roll these out and just lay them along here. I will have to cut around a bit, but then I can always take them together again. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. So yeah, I'm going to get on and do that now, and let's see how we do. They won't look pretty. I appreciate they're not going to look pretty. But you know what? They'll do the job for the time being. Next job is to turn this upside down so that what are the legs at the moment are upright, like on our edge beds up here. In fact, all our edge beds. So I'm going to get on and do that. Okay, I'm not doing any more with this today. This is just so that I can get my head around what needs to be done. The reason I want to butt it up against here, this frame, is because this is going to be a fruit bed. It's already got some raspberries in it, though they didn't do very well last year, and we have other raspberries that can go in. So you can see I've butted it up there against the post, and a blackberry is going to go in here. A cultivated blackberry will go in there, and then we'll decide how we're going to train it. But this sort of just, sorry, that's my charger there. This sort of just gives us a idea of the space left. So if we come down here, this is the path. I'll move that out of the way because it's distracting. This is our path to our shed, and I must pull up that bloody hose and that aluminium post. I have no idea what this was for. This aluminium post. What's it there for? It's not even like a doorstop or anything. Anyway, never mind. Right. This, yeah, it gives us an idea. So this has been butted up against the green line, butted up against where the blackberry is going to go. And down here, I think, is going to be some blueberries in recycling tubs, which we don't use anymore in Ealing. They make really good planters. So it just gives me an idea of what needs to be done. So in many ways, this bed here is going to be treated in the same way as the other beds. So yeah, more cardboard, though we do have some in the shed. Okay, I'm pleased I've done that. So I can now start thinking about what I need to do here. Clearly it's not level on the ground. There's a whole load of grass. There's a bramble here and there's grass along here that will need to be cut out. And you can see over there, you can see the angle. This is higher than this point here. So I need to do some remedial work on that. But simply by putting this in situ has now set my head into knowing this is where I want it to go, and the work that I need to do to get this bed in some sort of alignment with these over here. And then that will leave this space, which we were going to put a flower bed in here, which I think we're still going to do. That grape needs to come out. But actually there's quite a lot of space here. So yeah, I think all of this could be a really nice flower bed, even if we left a little path at the edge here, say down to here. All of this can be a flower bed. And that's going to be a bed directly in the ground. We're not going to be edging it in any way. And as you know, I think we've still got one bed to come from our previous plot and put it at the end there, and that is a tall bed. That's where we put our carrots and our parsnips, sow our carrots and parsnips. Okay, I need to tidy up that third banner, which is just scrawled up at the moment. But this is, yeah, it's not pretty. I appreciate it's not pretty. If I had more cardboard, I would just put cardboard down, but it's going to suppress the weeds for the time being. And you know what? That's good enough for me at the moment. Right, last job of the day. We're going to take up some of the aromatics from the Kew Palace Kitchen Gardens inspired bed down there and pop them up. Right, so our Kew Palace Kitchen Gardens inspired bed. The reason we call it that is because we have these aromatics, lavender, cotton lavender over there, and thyme. Well, there's thyme here, interspersed all the way around the beds. And I'm moving those to the top plot. So what I'm going to do now is just put them individually into these pots and they'll be quite happy like that for another week or so before we decide to put them in. Gosh, the smell already. That one not so much, but that thyme was amazing. Right, I'm going to carry on around the bed. Okay, it's getting quite dark now. I think it started raining again quite heavily, so going to round it up. But these, I've taken all of these out. So this is English lavender, and cotton lavender, and then right at the end here we have thyme. What was interesting whilst I was doing that, and I just went around with my trowel, as you may have seen, and just broke the roots up and put them into these pots, was that the root system of the English lavender was far better than the cotton lavender. And some of the cotton lavender had rotted, and look, some half of this one here is brown, the other half is green, but half of it is brown. Maybe that's something to do with the wet autumn and winter we've had. The thyme doing what thyme does. I'm just going there. It's just looking lovely and smelling fabulous. So yeah, all of these will be going down here and down here along the edges, the outside edges of the bed. So let's just have a quick catch up of what I've done today. Sorry about the wind. Not my wind, the wind. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. Right. Yes. So the two ton bags that were here full of compost have been emptied into these 4 beds here, which had additional layers of cardboard put down on to them before the compost was put down. And all of the beds have now been raked off. Not quite level, but they're raked sort of fine. Down here I've put these rather stark white vinyl banners down as a weed suppressant. At the edges, the prevailing wind here comes this way, from down here up this way. So I have used the eyes to put in little like tent hook things. So hopefully that will keep them there. If we have another storm Dennis or something, I'm not sure it will, but hey ho, we'll wait and see. And again, because of the prevailing wind being this way, I overlapped this one here onto that one, because what I didn't want was the wind trying to ruck up here and then hitting another one. If this one had overlapped onto this one, it would have been hitting up there as well. So we've done that. We've obviously taken the aromatics out from the lower bed. We've just seen that. And then we've turned this upside down, which for me is now the right way up. Sounds a bit like Stranger Things. So this will, yeah, I've got in my head now what's happening here and what I need to do. So that's great. That's really super. What it has shown me is what a big space this is just here from the path to the shed. This is a big area. So we need to think about that. I'm going to, so just swing right around here. This is where the tall bed is going from the lower plot, which we vacated, It's got carrots in it at the moment, so that's why it's taking some time to get up here. But that will be the final structural thing, I think, for this year. I don't think we're going to be moving the polytunnel to this area this year. So I'll most probably, there was a second banner or a third banner that you may have seen. I'm most probably going to lay it out in this area. Be an awful lot of white, but you know what? I'd rather get the weed suppressant, use it as a weed suppressant and get it down than just leave all of this like this. This apple tree here, I do want to take out. It's not our apple tree. I think it's going, but even if it's staying, it needs to come out. Right, I have moved the hose. Okay, it's still a mess. I appreciate that. But you know what? It's a mess there, and I can deal with it another day. It's not a mess every time I come to the shed here, and that's good for me. The other thing is, I've managed to take out that aluminium pole that was here. So, really pleased I've done that. Right, still a lot of clearing to do around here. This is wood that needs to go to the tip. This is all the bits, the tape and the staples that came off the cardboard. I need to prep these. Oh, there's a bit of cardboard there. I'm not sure where that come from. I need to prep these strawberries. I'll be doing that in a week or so. That'll be another video. In fact, I'll mostly do a prepping strawberries and transplanting blueberries, because as I say, I want a blueberry sort of hedge here. I think we've got 5 blueberry plants, so I sort of want a blueberry hedge. So there we are. That's the work for today. And you know what? I'm really pleased I came down for this second session today. Really worthwhile. I'll sleep well tonight. Really happy with this. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Do watch the other videos in the playlist, and obviously if you like what we do, please do subscribe and hit the bell button to get notifications. Any questions, please put them in the comments below, and we'll see you soon. What are we going to be doing next? Oh yeah, next we'll be sorting out this bed here. Yeah, I think, and then deciding what we're going to do with this compost heap. But the good thing is we now have, what's that, 7 edge beds here ready to rock and roll. Well, at least sow and plant into. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.